an education of many years ago, there's a big difference in the curriculum. Previously, the education which we were left with here by our colonial masters was the colonial education system. And the education system at that time was aiming at producing servants, people who are good employees, people who could sit in offices and work out, implement directives of the government. But education of today has transformed from the colonial type of education where we were seen as employees. Now, the education of today, the young people of today, we are training them as innovators. We are training them as entrepreneurs. And unlike in the previous time, when someone would expect that when you graduate, you get a big job in an office, the education of today emphasizes that the young people who graduate should also create jobs and employ others. And the activity in the classroom, previously, the education would assume that all the knowledge is with the teacher. It's the teacher who is knowledgeable. And the child should sit and keep quiet and listen and grasp as much knowledge and store in the brain as possible. And then during the exam, the child who brings out, who regurgitates as much knowledge as possible is seen as the best. But today, the education today has changed completely. Learning can be two-way. The teacher can learn from the child or the student. The student also learns from the teacher. So we now use the language co-creation of knowledge. There is no one who can claim that he has all the knowledge. So education has transformed. And the education of today is now going to play a big role in transforming our economy because it creates these entrepreneurs, the innovators, which Africa has not been having before. With this new education system, we expect that many of the products, including the cameras we are holding, will now be made here by our innovators in Africa, instead of African or Ugandans being the main market or the importers of those products. We have already seen it with the Kira Motors, which came as a project from Makerere University. Now it is manufacturing buses in Uganda. And there are many such examples across the country. And that is the difference between the education of today and the one of the 90s and before.
Thank you.
Thank you.